Okay, just a very quick one. I don't usually get into box office reports, especially after the first couple of days after a film's opened, but interestingly and kind of disappointingly, Blade Runner 2049 has not done well at all at the box office this weekend. This is the domestic box office takings that, from what I understand, were estimated somewhere between 45 and 50 million. It's only taken just over 30, I think like $31 million at the US box office. There's a number of reasons for this, potentially. I mean, it is Blade Runner, it's kind of the nature of the thing. It's a cult classic, and as many film fans as I know, I don't really know of that many people who've actually even seen the original. I mean, there are a fair few, but a lot of film fans out there that just either haven't seen it or didn't even particularly like it. So it's not an overwhelming popularity when it comes to this film franchise. So that's one factor. Another one as well, which has been reported on when this story has come out in the last couple of hours, is that just the film itself is quite long. When you've got a long film, you can't get as many showings per day. It just kind of makes sense, obviously. And repeat viewings as well. I mean, sometimes people will go to see a film that they like more than once, which factors in a film's success, like It, for example, which has done very well. A lot of that, I'm sure, will be down to repeat viewings. But if you're going to go back to see this film, it's quite an undertaking, really, when the actual film itself is nearly 2 hours 45 minutes long. With adverts, that's like 3 hours 15 minutes in the cinema. So yeah, it'd be a bit of an undertaking to go see this thing twice on the weekend, unless you're really hardcore. But like I say, it's a cult film, is the original, so therefore I suppose the sequel is going to kind of really be affected by that. So again, I'm not really sure quite what this means going forward. I mean, to me, to be honest, I don't really care, because this isn't really something that I anticipate them doing any follow-ups, any sequels or anything like that. I really didn't kind of get the impression that was the plan, so who cares really. But I thought it was worth reporting, particularly in my last video, because I did say that this film I felt had been quite a critical success. Now that the number's in, unfortunately the box office success doesn't seem to be all that great. So pretty sad to hear that anyway. I was hoping that, like I said in the previous video, this film would have the success that its predecessor back in 1982 didn't have. Well, it kind of got that in terms of critical success, but we'll pretty much leave it at that. So see how this grows anyway, if it does at all. I mean, it's not going to grow. I mean, obviously it's had its opening weekend, that's usually the biggest weekend, so see how it goes from there in terms of the international box office. But I'm not anticipating anything great, if this is anything to be an indication. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I'll be buying this when it comes out all the same anyway. I'll be getting it on 4K. I recommend this film. I thought it was really good. So if you do get a chance, if you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Not for the sake of supporting the box office, but just because I thought it was good. Word of mouth for you there. Right, I'll end this and say thank you very much for watching.